With that, let's introduce Kalpit, who's going to talk about what we're doing with MyGuide. Kalpit.
So Kevin earlier talked about automation, like he talked about how can leaders who are investing into automation will create a better and much bigger organization, right? So what can we do to reduce employee clicks? We all use software like Salesforce, Workday, ServiceNow. Is there something we can do better for our employees that can give them better onboarding, and maybe it can reduce number of clicks? We worked with a customer where employees were clicking 70 times to do performance evaluation. Now just imagine it's a once a year exercise, but people were not doing performance evaluation because it requires 70 clicks just to do one simple task. And with MyGuide, we were able to reduce that number of clicks to 16. So from 70 clicks to 16. Within HR, we can transform our employee experience by adopting technologies like MyGuide. So I'll explain 3 simple stories today, and then right after that, we'll be going into a very simple demo. So I'll be presenting 3 simple stories today. One is about the World Bank. There are 25,000 employees in more than 175 countries, and World Bank went from a transformative exercise. They migrated from a legacy HCM system to a more modern system, and they adopted MyGuide, and they've been very successful in doing an enterprise-wide transition to a new software. If you go to Australia, there is a number 2 bank called Westpac. They have 55,000 employees. And again, they have been very successful in adopting MyGuide and making sure that their employees can successfully migrate to their new and latest HCM software. And finally, if you take a vacation, there is this organization called Wyndham, and we have been very successful in making Wyndham CRM workforce successful with MyGuide. So there are 3 companies. There is one thing common in them. They all begin with W. So Wyndham, World Bank, Westpac, they all have been very successful with MyGuide. And I would like to thank, right here in the audience, we have Talent Quest. Do we have somebody from Talent Quest here? You're right over there. So I would like to thank Talent Quest. They're adopting MyGuide for guides, intelligence, automation, and a feedback loop. So MyGuide not only offers you in-app guides, it gives you intelligence, it gives you automation, and it gives you amazing feedback loop. Tomorrow, World Bank team will be here. One of our great evangelism of MyGuide will be here. She will be explaining how 25,000 of employees of World Bank have benefited from MyGuide. They've branded it as iGuide. There is a beautiful demo that's coming in tomorrow. You will be able to see that. World Bank transformed their HCM from initiation to deployment to onboarding to all the way success story. That was all possible through a concept called iGuide. Again, tomorrow there is a great session about World Bank, about iGuides. I do want you to attend that. It's going to be amazing. Here is a quick show of what to expect tomorrow. This specific form, this was a source of major pain point inside World Bank. It's a simple requisition form, but if you don't have the right requisition ID, you could be spending 2 hours in filling up that form. And by simply implementing what we call as a power tooltip, World Bank was able to avoid a lot of support cases. It's fairly straightforward. It simply says that, hey, if you don't have the right identifier, don't even fill up this form, and we can upfront provide this kind of knowledge through technologies like MyGuide. So let's straight away go into a cool demo. So I'll be switching into a demo platform. Hopefully you can see my screen. So right over here, I'll be switching over to a quick demo. So now let's imagine Salesforce. Let's say you want to implement some sort of rule inside Salesforce that whenever you create a new opportunity, make sure that label follows certain rule. Who are you selling to, what are you selling, and why the buyer is buying. How can we enforce that kind of rule using technologies like MyGuide? So I go inside Salesforce, I'm a new employee that my company has just onboarded, and all I'm doing is clicking on the new button. And right over here, you'll see power of MyGuide. As soon as I click on the new button, right over here, we enforce the message. right?
For example, my guide might
So-
always enter opportunity.
So this is very powerful. As soon as you enter a specific application, we can enforce a message that, hey, you need to make sure that you enter label in a specific form factor. Not only that, we also give you power tooltips. Right on the left-hand side, you see a banner that is saying, hey, follow the rules that my organization has laid out for you. And we further reinforce with this quick red question mark. If I fire that off, it's again going to launch this My Guide. So again, we can enforce rules across any web, desktop, or mobile application through My Guide. This is powerful. And finally, I'll give a very simple demo that goes back to the heart of Kevin, that is automation. Today, using My Guide, you can reduce number of clicks that is happening in your organization. And I'll very quickly give you a quick automation demo. If your employees are performing clicks inside web, inside desktop, if you're mobile, you can reduce that click today, right now, with a very simple automation. And I'll finish that with that quick demo about automation. So all I'm going to do over here is I'm going to search for a quick guide. This is a guide about how do you switch from Classic to Lightning. And all I'm going to do right now is click on a button called Do It For Me. It's going to perform a certain click action. Any task inside your enterprise, inside your organization, can be powered through automation, through Do It For Me, and this will be my final demo. So right over here, software is moving forward. It can perform clicks on behalf of an employee. It's clicking on a profile, then it can switch over the profile, and it can perform certain transactions like form fill-up. So you have this power of My Guide to enforce rules. You have this power of My Guide to enforce automation. And again, as Kevin said earlier, organizations which are going to adopt automation will be much more successful. So World Bank, Westpac, Wyndham, they're employee-wide, they've been very successful with My Guide by EdCast, and I would love for more of you to get the power of My Guide. So Phil, over to you. Thank you.